Hey, hi, hello, and welcome back to the Messy But Caffeinated podcast, the podcast where the coffee is iced, the tea is hot, and I'm doing my best. It is girls' night. I am here with my girls, and we're ready to talk our shit, so let's get into it. That coffee is hitting my soul right now. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Messy But Caffeinated. This is such an exciting episode because not only do I have a special guest, I have
Three.
1, 2, 3, bitch. 3 guests.
Can you not count? I guess not.
That's okay. So, I would love to introduce you all to my nursing besties. So, this is Jamie, this is Tracy, and this is Caitlin. So, we're going to go around the room and kind of like talk about how each of them met me. And, yeah. And then we'll get into how we met each other and how we became...
That's not really fair, because Caitlin met all three of us at the same time.
Okay, so we'll just go around and let everyone introduce how they met one another. How about that? So, yeah. So, I'm Skylar. If you were watching, this is like episode 6, so if you don't know that by now, you should probably turn this off. But yeah, okay, Jamie, you're on the right, so you're gonna go first. So, how did we meet?
I don't remember.
Are you fucking kidding me? And this is why I don't have guests on my pod. This right here. So, when we went to nursing school, we had to have a CPR certification. And we both did the same class, and it was in a old man's basement. We were the only two in this class, and we both thought we were going to get kidnapped. However, we did not, and from that day forward, when we went to nursing school, she was the only one I knew because she was the only one in my CPR class. So we were instantly connected.
And we went to the basement. Like, if it wasn't the basement, then maybe we would have been less trippy. No,
Yeah.
the basement.
I mean, I also went to that man's basement, but obviously not the same class. But it was fucking weird.
How many did you have in your class?
I don't know. There were a couple. We had that weird guy, Matt. Yeah, I don't...
The only guy from our
the
class.
only guy in our class. And then there was another girl. And I don't know, there were a couple of people, but no one I really talked to now.
For those of you out there trying to get CPR certified, not all classes are held in basements like mine was. It was held in an actual building.
Yeah.
Facts. And we just decided to go to the basement. However, it was pretty interesting. We were trying to learn CPR. This dude's kids, grown teenagers, were running back and forth in the background, fucking playing fucking deuces. What the fuck is it called?
Dungeons and Dragons.
What did I...
Deuces and Duns?
Deuces and dum-dums.
Basically, they were running around acting a fool, and we were doing CPR on a dummy on concrete basement floor. So, yeah. And then, yeah, from there, that was the only one I knew. And then come to the first day, I met Tracy. And I met her because I wanted a water bottle, and I was fucking broke and had no cash. And she said, "Do you want me to buy you a water?" I said, "Yeah." And then we became friends after that. So, she was nice. And now she's a bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm always a bitch.
I was just kidding.
No, you were nice, though, in that moment.
Yeah, you were.
I remember when I was like the first one in our row, because I remember sitting in the front row. And then you came to sit next to me, and I was like, this fucking bitch.
Yep.
There's so many open seats.
But low-key, that's how we felt about Caitlin, too. Because Caitlin joined us like a week after class started and was like, there was a seat next to me, and she just decided to come sit next to me. And I remember our whole row had already bonded. So then she came up, and we're all like,
Who are you?
what the fuck?
I literally knew nobody there. I kept trying to find a seat and meet people, but you know me, I suck at meeting people. I suck at talking to people.
Literally sat in the back row by herself and never said anything to anyone. And then all of a sudden, she just decides she's gonna grow a pair of balls and come sitting in the front
The
row.
very front row, yeah.
You're talking
obnoxious
shit about
people.
me sitting next to her, but then you're like talking shit about her sitting by herself. So which is it? Which is the bitch?
All of you.
No, it was mostly like your face. Like you just gave off resting bitch face.
I still give off resting bitch face.
You got room. You've got much room.
I got no room to talk.
But it's the fact that you didn't let me go dehydrated that I was like, she cool. She cool. We're friends.
We didn't let each other die in the basement. You didn't let her go dehydrated. And then Caitlin, well, you know.
Yeah.
She just kind of latched on.
She just showed up.
I literally remember when we went to that class, too. I remember looking at you, and I'm like, you work at CVS? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, oh. I was like, you think this is weird? She was like, a little bit. Because it took him a minute to come down to the basement. So we're like, what is fixing to happen right
About to be
now?
murdered.
Like,
Getting sex trafficked.
no, literally.
Yeah.
Like, that was my thought. I'm like, okay, we're literally about to get kidnapped. And, I mean, Jamie looked like she could fight, but what the fuck was I going to do? I was just there, you know? So, but yeah, so we all, from that moment, just kind of like sat next to each other in class.
Latched onto each other.
Latched. Oh my god. We were like,
little leeches.
literally, we were attached at the hip. We, like, got to school early on test days to study together, whether that be...
Parked next to each other.
Yeah, we
Gave
did.
each other parking spots.
We did. And if somebody took their fucking parking spot, we threw a fit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we were nursing besties. And one piece of advice I can give you to anybody watching that is going to go to nursing school, do not go in and be by yourself. Find a group,
Yeah.
make friends because you're going to need it, and that'll be your best study plan and, like, your best motivation to help you, because when one of us was unmotivated, the other ones were there to pick us up.
Get your shit together.
Or when one of us didn't do our homework, the other one would send pictures of theirs, so our homework was always done.
Or pick up the Dunkin' on the way.
Oh my god, you were my fucking lifesaver. Dude, I would call Caitlin and I'd be like, hey, I know you're already in Dixon. Can you please grab my Dunkin'? I'll order it. Because I was always, like, if I wasn't late, I was always almost late. And actually, I remember you were late, pretty cutting it close a few times, because you used to work, like, right after
Yeah.
school and then go from there to another job and work all night.
Yeah.
You fucking lunatic.
Yeah. But I could study at work though, so it was like, I mean, I just wasn't sleeping.
Yeah, I remember us, like, literally trying to coach you into quitting. Because you were, like, not sleeping.
You were like,
Literally falling asleep in class. All of us. Because me. But yeah, I mean, yeah, have your group. Because if you don't have a group, you're never going to make it. I'm just going to be real with you. Like, there was not a single person in our class that was riding solo. Every single person had a group. We were clicked up
we all
so
clicked
bad.
up.
And they say not to do that in nursing school, but, like, literally our class had how many? Like
3
four?
or 4?
Yeah.
There was nobody didn't have a click. Well, maybe that Matt guy.
No, he had a clique.
Who was he with?
himself.
But yeah, anyway, a clique. Yeah, everybody ended up clicked up, even though they tell you not to do that. But, like, as a whole, we all got along, except for, like, I don't think there was anybody I really didn't get along with. But there were people I definitely, like, didn't talk to.
Not you, obviously.
There was like nobody that liked me.
You were smart, and people were jealous of you.
I mean, low key, I was really annoyed that you like never had to study.
They like kept getting annoyed that I was like asking questions.
No,
And
You were smart. Literally,
They
you
just
were
didn't
smart.
like me.
That's
do not like people who are smarter than them. They get
like
jealous.
I was low
I
key
thought
just,
they just didn't like me because I'm weird.
I was
I
low key
mean-
just jealous that I was over here like
weird, but
busting my ass and you're over here playing on your phone. I'm like, what the fuck?
this bitch. Yeah, right.
I think it's the autism.
Yeah, the tism. What was your worst subject? What subject did you almost fail? Any subjects? I can't remember.
nutrition.
Mine was peds. Peds almost took me out.
Mine was definitely farm. I remember passing by like 2 points.
What was yours? You didn't have one, did you?
nutrition.
Oh, okay.
I think nutrition got like everybody. If it wasn't combined with those other Hessies, it would have gotten everybody out.
Yeah. Yeah, nutrition I don't think was terrible for me. I had a really hard time at the beginning. No, in the end with med bath. I don't know
Med-Bath is
why.
so
It was
dumb.
so dumb.
We
And
don't use med math.
dude, I
at all.
remember, sorry by the way, I'm gonna apologize if I sound like Squidward because my fucking nose is so fucking stuffed. I cannot breathe out of my nose. So it's going in and out. And when it yeah, you asshole. When I start talking, it's getting stuck. So and I can't sniff it out or blow it out. So I'm having a terrible time. Anyway,
She's not sick.
I'm not sick. I'm congested from allergies of Tennessee. Tennessee weather sucks.
You're literally born here. You literally.
And I still have allergies, brother.
My house just got over the flu, and this bitch is about to bring something else.
I might. So anyway, med math. The week that we did the test for where like the conversions test, which was the hardest test of med math, I missed because it was my birthday and I wanted to go to a concert. So I missed. A 10 out of 10 would not recommend missing nursing school for a concert. However, I did. And, yeah, I failed that fucking test so bad she quit counting when she got to the end. And she was like, hey, listen, this is really bad. She was like, so I'm going to let you redo it to get at least half your points. I said, okay. And when I redid it, I did fine. But in the beginning, it was really bad. But yeah, peds was my hardest, and I ended up actually passing that HESI with 100. Don't know how I did it. I pulled it out of my ass, because then if I had to make like an 84, or I was going to fail. So, yeah, peds. And I will not work with kids. I'm work with the grandmas and the grandpas, and that's where I plan to stay. I will not work with the children. I love kids, but...
I don't like their parents.
Facts. But then, also, in the same breath, working with grandmas and grandpas, you have to deal with their kids. And that's also just equally as bad.
It makes
So-
it worse. I think it's worse, personally.
I don't know, because parents can be feral over their kids.
Yeah, but let's think about this. These people are end of life. Like, a lot of these Grammies and Grampies are end of life. So their kids are so stressy about the fact that their parents are end of life, obviously, that they're assholes to us because they blame us and think that we've had something to do with it somehow in their
The
brain.
Nile is a river in Egypt.
Your husband is gay! Anyway. But yes, facts. Yeah, it's hard to deal with people's kids. And people.
Kids,
People in general.
just
Yes.
people.
People suck. So, yeah. What was your favorite memory from nursing school? By the way, we went to LPN school together.
Chattanooga. I think that was so fun. And it wasn't because we had fun with any of it specifically. It was just so much drama and so many random things that popped up.
It was so much drama, bro. Poor Caitlin. Caitlin basically got bullied out of this bar.
Oh my
Not
God,
like
no, it
bullied,
wasn't
but like
bullied.
harassed out of this bar.
Let her tell it.
We went to this karaoke bar in Chattanooga. We weren't supposed to.
We snuck out, by the way. We've been graduated for 7 years. We snuck out.
There were high
Do something about it.
There were high schoolers at this competition too, and college students. So we snuck out to the karaoke bar, and there were these two guys who said they were gang unit cops, and they kept trying to get us involved into like this orgy type deal. And we were standing outside, and we were like, "Oh, let's just go back in." And then the dude was like opening the door, and he was like trying to like guide us back in, and he kind of put his hand on my back to like guide me back into the karaoke bar, and I like got so nauseous and anxious. I was like, I need to go.
Let me just remind you, this wasn't like she got anxious and told us, hey, I'm leaving. Me and Jamie turned around and the bitch was out the door alone down the street. So we quickly had to tell the other two girls that we were with, we were like, hey, we gotta go. Like, something's going on, we gotta go home with her. Because she was like terrified. And so obviously Jamie being like the mom that she is like, hey, I'm gonna go with her. And then I'm like trying to get the other girls to come, and the one is trash, bro. So I'm like, we gotta go. So she ends up coming back with us. She's fucking running across the street. She falls down in the middle of the fucking street, scrapes her knees up. The car almost runs her the fuck over. It was a whole ordeal. And I'm trying to quietly get her back. We're looking around to see if our teacher's in the fucking window of the hotel, like hoping that she doesn't see us. They still didn't know that we ever did that. So if you're seeing this now, we love you. We're not in any trouble. So yeah.
They don't even work there anymore.
Yes, the one of them's the director there.
Oh, okay.
But it's fine, because we've been graduated for 7 years, and we're great nurses. We just like to have fun, that's all. But yeah, I liked Chattanooga, but like, honestly, we went to what they call Skills USA. I did med terminology. You did CNA skills, right?
Fucked it.
That's so funny, because you're definitely, like, that's so U-coded. And you did med math, which is also U-coded. But Caitlin's the only one that actually placed. I fucked it up. She fucked it up. And we were like, we're done. Caitlin gets to have fun. We're done. And literally, they were like, med terminology, right? I was so good at that, like, in school. And then when I saw the fucking words they asked me on that test, I maybe got 2 right out of 80. And I was like, okay, I fucked that all up. So
Still don't know what I did wrong on mine, because like I went back and tried to read through everything, figure out what I would have missed, and I still have no idea.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, that's great news, but it's okay. We really just wanted to go for the experience. We did not give a fuck about doing the skills. We just wanted to go check out Chattanooga. We had to go to the aquarium. We went and ate at Mellow Mushroom. We went and rode bikes and ate ice cream. We did all kinds of shit.
Yeah, it was a good time.
So, snuck out, went to the karaoke bar, sang karaoke in front of everybody. Caitlin got touched by a cop. It was the whole thing, you know.
He was an alleged gang unit cop. We don't know for sure.
He's bullshit.
He got that costume at Party City. He was looking for chicks.
Wearing anything?
Was he not? I thought he had a badge on.
No.
He was a liar.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so that was the tea, and that was a great time. What was your favorite memory from nursing school?
No, mine is probably a toss between like quinoa.
Bless.
That shit cracked me up, and probably your music video for what was it, Robitussin?
It was for what are they called? What kind of meds?
Anti-congestions.
And decongestants.
That
We
shit
had
made me cracking
we
up.
had a pharmacology project, and we could like make a presentation. We could go out of our way, do like a story, a music video, whatever we wanted. And I knew as soon as we did it, I was gonna write a rap because I knew no one else was gonna do it, and I was so ready, dude. I wrote that whole rap in a day. I filmed the whole music video in a day, and I was so confident. And the day we got to class, and I had to show this music video, I was so embarrassed. I literally sat on the ground behind the podium while it played. I was so embarrassed, but everybody loved it. Everybody,
It was so good.
dude, everybody was like, this was great. The teacher was like, I don't have to see anything else. You got an A. This is 100. They still, I don't know about now, but while that teacher was there, still showed that to like the classes going in. You can still find it on YouTube if you look me up and type in rap.
Tier 611.
Yeah, type in rap. Your girl will pop up in all my glory.
You can sip whatever you like.
I still sing that to this day, and people really like. Don't be hating on me because I'm a rap
not.
god. You know what I'm saying? But
was
I knew that no one else was gonna do that, and that's why I did it because I knew I'd get an A if I did something nobody else did. So yeah, and I like the quinoa story too. You were the one that did quinoa, weren't you?
I'm the quinoa girl.
In case y'all don't know what that is, it's quinoa. But anyway,
So I wrote this. Basically, when you have partners and like one of them does most of the work, and then the other one just kind of like does their thing and gets the grade with you. So I was the one that did the work, and the girl never read back through the stuff before she actually did it, I guess, because she goes to say quinoa out loud as part of the presentation, and she says quinoa.
and actually, she didn't even say it that slow at first, but I edited this video. So I was taping her, and she said, quinoa. And then Jamie's like, yeah, I love quinoa. And she said, and then she said, quinoa is so good for you. And then I edited that, and it's like, quinoa. And it's so funny. So from there on out, it was, anytime she said anything, and it was kind of stupid, one of us would be like, quinoa. And she's like, fuck you, bitch. Like, and that was a great, great time.
We still regularly talk about that.
Yeah. Quinoa. Like, yeah, that's like a stem.
Yeah.
When we want to stem out quinoa.
One of my favorites is actually when we were all riding together. What we were riding for? It
We
was
were
like
going to a
like-
field trip to the
Was
Board
it
of
the
Nursing.
Board of Nursing?
the Board of Nursing.
On Valentine's
yeah,
Day.
we were all riding together, and who was driving?
Jamie.
Jamie.
Jamie always drove.
Jamie.
I was in the passenger seat because I got picked up first.
And she was like, oh! And so we're all freaking out because, of course, when
She gasped, and we all thought we were fixing to die.
and we were like, what? What's going on? And she goes,
There
there's
was
a
just a
dog. And we're like, bitch, we almost wrecked this fucking
Like,
car.
we all almost died because of you. Because you saw a dog. Yeah, that was
You could have
good.
been like, oh, there's a dog. But no, she went, oh!
Yeah.
Well, it was running and it looked kind of cute.
This girl still does that to this day.
I do.
We had a similar experience. I'm pretty sure when we were going to the Jonas Brothers, and I don't know what you gasped over, but it was almost comparable. Yeah. And I don't remember what it was,
was
though.
it?
I don't know. A deer, maybe?
No,
we
after
just
the
expect
yeah,
it.
we expect it now, but I mean, the first time it happens, you're like, oh my god.
She cried wolf too many times.
Yeah.
Now, if something actually happens, we're not going to believe her.
She says, and then we get in a head-on collision, and we're all just laughing. We're like, this is great. She's missing an eyeball. I'm missing a leg. Like, What was your favorite memory of nursing school?
Jeez. I literally just thought of it. Where did it go?
Tis the tism.
Yeah, you're right. Sierras can't remember shit.
What did she say?
I don't know.
What?
Sierras?
No, he said Sierra. I'm like, what?
CRS.
Oh, okay.
Oh, can't remember shit.
Yeah.
I thought you said, oh yeah, Sierra's can't remember. I was like, who the fuck is Sierra?
And why can't she remember anything?
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. In it was second term. What it was like the OBGYN class.
Yeah.
Jamie, our project with our group. Do you remember?
No.
Birth control. We brought the
Apparently
bananas and the condoms.
Oh, I remember now.
Yeah. And
You
our
taught-
teacher
you
was
taught us
sick
how to roll the
that taught that
condom.
class. So our other teacher recorded our presentation because she had mentioned how nobody really does the birth control one. So we brought in bananas and condoms and we demonstrated how to apply them. And
Yeah, she
Yeah.
taught us how to roll condoms.
I mean, I feel like we educated some people that day.
I mean, granted, it was all women except for one guy, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, we can put condoms on penises if we want to.
Not that we ever want to.
No.
Yes.
Some of us should.
Should and want to are two different things.
Facts. Let me think. There were so many good memories in nursing school. Golly, I think y'all took them all. There was more, but I have to think.
Definitely more.
There's definitely more. Hold on, let me just.
We had a year.
We did have a long fucking year.
Yeah, we did.
A long year. I remember the first little bit that we were in nursing school. We started at the beginning of May, and my birthday's in June, and they brought me cupcakes and had a little
Caitlin brought
birthday. First of all, it was a great
I don't even remember.
effort. They brought me cupcakes and we celebrated my birthday, and that was special. That's when I knew they were gonna really be my friends, because they brought me sweets for my birthday.
Caitlin brought you sweets, and then we just all collectively took the credit for it.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. That's how a group works, pretty much, right?
It's okay. Later on that year, we all went to the drag.
Play.
Yeah.
We did.
For
Yeah.
my birthday, since I just turned 21.
Yeah, and we
that year.
took Courtney and them too, didn't we?
Has
Yeah.
it been
She
that
was just
long?
turned 21.
Shit.
Yeah, it has.
Good times, bro.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. That was a good time.
There
Derek
was.
came too.
Yeah, Derek did come.
Is that the time that those big guys were like outside the car and no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And we got nervous. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had to go. Goodbye.
There was the one time where me and Tracy had to do clinicals together, and we got there, and she said, "Yeah, we don't need you here today." And she signed our papers. Me and Tracy were like, "What
Does
are we
anyone
gonna
just
do?"
go home?
So we went to Opry Mills.
Oh yeah,
and
we
spent
did.
money. We went
did.
to Aubrey Mills and shopped at Victoria's Secret, and then we went home. And we were terrified that we were going to run into our teacher at Opry Mills. Why? Don't know. Because I don't know why she would have been there. But we were very nervous we were going to run into someone we knew. Because it was like such a thing, a hardcore thing in nursing school. Like clinicals, you had to be there on time, and you had to be there until the end. And if they found out you weren't, you were kicked out.
Yeah.
And so anytime that we ran into a situation like that, we were like, fuck. Unless the instructor was like, hey, y'all can just go ahead and go. And we'd be like, deuces. And sometimes they'd let us leave like 30 minutes early. But this one, we had to be there at 8 o'clock. We were there for like 15 minutes. She's like, hey, so we really don't need y'all today. Like, we're really busy. Can y'all just leave? So we were like,
Sure.
absolutely.
It's very important that you don't snitch, though, on your instructors that do let you go early, because then that kind of ruins it later on for all the other students trying to leave early.
Yeah.
So
And it also
just don't snitch about the clinical time. Trust me, you're not going to miss anything. You literally learn everything on the job.
Facts.
and it also depends on who you're paired with, because I remember one of them was like, hey, you can go like an hour early, but the person I was paired with was like, I'm staying the whole time. I'm like, fuck, well now I got to stay the whole time.
And to be honest, when we were in nursing school, my pairing was always with this one or this one, because our names fell right next to each other, and then poor Caitlin was at the front.
Yeah.
So, but like we got paired to go to a couple places together. We went to OB together, and we watched a baby be born together,
did.
and we bawled like bitches together too. This
Yeah.
girl was like underage, and we were like, "This is so beautiful," and we were crying. It was a whole thing.
That's
And
how they-
Still pissed about the fact that I missed 4 babies being born because I was 2 minutes late because of a train.
Facts.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you were not on time, like if you were like 30 seconds late, they were like, "Go home, you get a 0."
It was
I missed
crazy.
a whole 12-hour clinical and
And then
4
they give
babies
you,
being
like,
born.
Some bullshit like writing assignment.
It was such bullshit. I don't think I ever missed a clinical, though.
I didn't even get to see a baby be born on mine. Literally, this woman literally labored our entire time there, and then she had it after we left. Which, hey, it's not her fault.
That's what we thought was going to happen with us, because we had one come in and she barely progressed, and then we had another one come in, and that was the one we got to see the baby be born. But it took her till like 3:30 to have that baby. And then we had another one come in. She fell in the parking lot and immediately gave birth. Like, fell in the parking lot, came in, they threw her legs up, that baby was out.
She didn't want us in there.
Yeah,
though.
she was like, "Get out!" And we were like,
I would.
"Okay." So, but I'm gonna be honest. When I had my baby, and they asked if I wanted students there, I said, "Fuck no." Like, I know y'all want to learn, but I really don't want everyone staring at my coochie.
Yeah, I wouldn't let students in there with me either, unless it was like one student, like if it was like an MP student or something like that. But a group of students, absolutely
No,
not.
and they wanted to have
students in there with me.
they wanted to have a student in there to do my epidural, and I was like, "Fuck no."
no.
See, I'm the opposite. I asked Jordan, like, are you okay if not like a whole group, but if it's like one or two, like when we did clinicals, like, I understand them there to learn, and it's not their fault. Like,
No, it's
they're
not.
just there to learn, and I get that. But he was like, yeah, as long as it's like one or two, I'm okay with it, but I don't want like a big group of people in there staring at you while you're giving birth.
Well, I was such a mess when I gave birth. I just would rather not.
You were.
I was bad. I was
was
real bad.
bad.
Like, it took me a long time, so I was really struggling, and I did not want a bunch of people in there. I had my mom and Billy and the nurses, and that poor nurse, I had her titty like this at the very end, and I was like, "Ah!" And I was like, "I'm so sorry. I just pulled on your boob." And she's like, "I've been hit, and I've been punched and kicked. I promise.
But a
I'm
titty
fine."
twist is nothing is like kind of kinky.
Right, honestly, she's like, "I loved this."
Well, I
but
was
yeah.
like, I had a C-section at 19, so, I was just laying there. I had the curtain, and I had a doctor just looking at me, and they were like, "Hey, could these students come in?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not? Just, it's already out there.
She's
Just
happy.
Come on." And
High on drugs.
She's like,
have
"My
to go
large
hard.
intestine is on the table.
My
Look at that."
nose was itching like crazy. with
your arms because you were pinned
Oh, no,
like Jesus
no.
on the cross.
I had this arm that had the IV going in, and then I had this arm that was just kind of like hanging out, and I kept going like,
I was like, I need someone to
I was
scratch
like, "I'm
my
sorry, my
nose.
nose is itchy."
That's funny. Yeah. OB clinicals were interesting. I think that was my favorite clinical because really in LPN school, we did nothing cool. I got to do, well, I say I, but we all got to do OB. We did, for peds, our rotation was the school. My peds rotation was at the school.
Yeah,
at
it
the
was at
elementary
school. I was thinking we also had like clinicals in like
A peds office. I don't think
OBGYN office or something.
we did have the OBGYN office, but
We didn't have peds office.
no.
Have the peds office.
There were a couple like patients that were pediatric, but that was at OB.
I got smacked in the face by an autistic kid, and I knew that I did not want to do work with kids. I got smacked by an autistic kid when we were doing the school vital signs and the hearing screening, and
We'll quit pissing them off.
well, I knew.
Was that at Harpeth Middle School? 'Cause
No, we went to that together, and that was when we followed the school nurse. Not that. When we did like hearing and sight tests, and some people were doing like height and weight and stuff.
Yeah,
I remember that. Was it like Dixon,
Yeah. Yeah, and they brought a kid in, and he was a little extra because autistic kids are a little harder. And I was trying to like help him put the headphone on, and he said, "Ha!" Bah! Smacked the fuck out of me, and I was like,
Yeah, but
"No
I mean,
kids for me."
We're okay with being smacked around by
dementia patients.
little old Grammys and Grampies with UTIs.
That is not where I thought you were going with that, and I was about to agree with you. I indeed do not like to get smacked around by dementia patients. If my husband wants to smack me around, sure. That's where I thought we were going with that.
No.
I mean, like smacking around and being kinky are two different things, though.
No facts, but like, have you ever been actually like open-handed smacked the fuck out of you by a dementia resident?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the day I put my 2-week notice in before I left to go to
I
Access
had a
Care.
lady
With a
one.
300-pound man.
I had a lady one time that sat on the toilet, and I turned my head for 2 seconds, and she said, well, "Bow!" And I said, "You just hit me," and she said, "I'm sorry." And I said, "What?"
I got bit by someone once. Well,
I've been bit
she
also.
didn't have
Me too.
teeth, so it was more like
She gummed you.
But
A man's
it was
dream.
my first day as a CNA.
My first day as a CNA, I watched a man beat off in an air conditioner.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Man.
That's so nice.
They said, go get his vitals. I said, okay. And I walked in, and he's like, fucking like ham in this. And I could tell what he was doing. I said, hello. Shut the door, went back out, went and told the nurse. The nurse was a man, by the way. Went and told him, I was like, hey, he's a little busy. And he was like, what do you mean? I need his blood pressure. I said, he's a little busy. And he just laughed. And he was like, he does that all the time. I said, so what, you want me to be like, hey, can you take a break for a second? Can I borrow that arm? And
His
just,
blood pressure's gonna be up doing all that.
yeah, but then when I went back in there, he was washing his hands. So at least he was cleanly about it.
At least he was done.
But I don't know whoever cleaned his air conditioner, to be real with you.
Did they
There was a
ever
lot of
clean
jizz in there.
Ew.
I didn't look. I'm just assuming as much as he used to do it based off what the
You
nurse
could
told
just
me.
see the little sperms flying.
Oh, yeah.
No, honestly.
He
The
was old enough. Maybe he just never jizzed.
Yeah. maybe.
dog, I don't know, but he was like, like fucking bent over in the fucking air conditioner, like going to town, bro. And I'm like, okay.
I remember the day I left my job at the assisted living. I got wailed on by, she like charged at me and started just like all over my back. And I'm like, bro. And I was like, I need to,
know who this is, but I know you can't say it on the pod.
we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But we wound up sending her out because she had been known to have behaviors. And then the ambulance gets there and the cops are there and everything. They're like, do you want to press charges? I'm like, no, she's a little dementia lady. I'm not going to press charges on someone that's like, her
Who
mind.
literally doesn't know what she's doing.
She doesn't know what she's doing. But I remember before they got there, she went to charge at someone else. And I literally stopped her and I was like, we don't hit. That's not nice. And she goes, okay. And she got on the stretcher and she was so nice to everyone else. And I'm like, you make me look like a fucking liar.
I had a lady one time that when I was doing agency work, she was German, and she was laughing at me, but like, I guess she was laughing with me, I guess, I don't know. And then she said, you are so pretty. And I said, thank you. She said, you dumb bitch. I said, okay. And then she'd laugh. She'd go, fuck you. I'm like, where the fuck am I? This is hell. This is literal hell.
I had a patient one time that said that if you said beep beep, she would say beep beep my ass.
Oh my god.
Valid.
We have a patient that when you walk in the room, she just will be like, oh, you fat bitch.
Oh, she used to call me a fat bitch all the time. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Literally, every time I walk in the room, she calls me a fat bitch.
She'd say, okay, honey, see you later. And I'd be like, okay, bye. And she'd be like, fat bitch. I'm like,
The other day
we
I
were
walked
just
in-
friends.
The other day I walked in, she called me pretty. She was saying nice things, like she was being friendly. And I was like, oh.
Sick?
Yeah, what's wrong?
Do you have a UTI?
Well, turns out by the end of the visit, she was calling me a fat bitch again. So
Same.
Well, at least she didn't have a UTI.
Facts.
She
Yeah.
might still, we don't know.
Yeah, I had one guy that took care of when I was a tech, and he hated everybody. He used to beat the shit out of everybody, but he loved me. So I was always the only one that could ever have him, because I was the only one that could ever get him to, like, reason. So he would let me give him a shower. He would let me bathe him. He would let me put his clothes on. But anybody else, he'd be like, you fucking bitch, get the fuck away from me, and swing and all the things. And the one time, I went in there, and I was like, okay, do you need anything else from me? He's like, yeah. Can you give me a blowjob? And I was like, no, have a great night. And I'm like, these old demented men, bro. Like, what? I don't know what goes through their head. Obviously, they don't know either, but it's crazy. Like, why you do that? I had a guy one time, I had to check his catheter, and I was like, all right, unzip your pants, pull them down. He said, it's the best day of my life. And I said, I've literally got to see if the tube is still in your penis. That's what I'm looking for. And he said, oh. And that was when he was like trying this particular patient that we had. He always pulled his catheter out. And I told him one time, and you probably should not do this, but I did. I told him that if he pulled out his catheter tubing, he was going to rip his dick off. I didn't say it in those words, but I said, hey, your penis will fall off if you don't stop tugging on this. And he said, what? And I was like, yeah, it'll fall off, and then you won't have a penis anymore. He said, we can't have that. I said, nope, we can't, so don't pull on it. He said, okay. And I'm pretty sure he pulled it out the next day.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I mean, they say to join the dementia people's world, not to reroute them. So, like, yeah, if you're telling me that you want to rob a bank and you need an accomplice, I'm coming with you. You know?
It depends,
the
though.
kids are on the
It depends on the level of dementia that we're at. But yeah, go ahead.
No, because I had, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm sure she was the love of my life. And she used to always ask me if I would go with her and take her purse so she could rob a bank and stuff all the money in her purse.
Yeah.
And I say, yeah, let's go. And she's like, all right, honey, let's go right now. I'm like, I'm ready. I'm like, give me a few minutes. And then that was also the same lady we had to tell that the train was always stuck at the station. So.
And then you got the grannies that need to get the kids off the bus. And
Yeah.
you got to
Those always break my heart.
They're
Yeah.
already at school. And
Or we had the one granny that would want to go to CMA Fest and find us, or Bonnaroo, and find a spot in the grass and smoke her weed.
I mean,
God
you
God
got-
love her.
Whatever she wants to do.
Miss her. She was
I don't know
awesome.
why we didn't just take her to the yard so she could smoke some weed.
No,
but-
honestly. Or just let her do it in a room.
Yeah.
I mean, what? It's almost legal. What were they going to do?
We did have somebody that grew it.
Never mind. We can't say it on the pod.
They,
Anyway,
they grew it in assisted living.
I believe that. And is it the same person I'm talking about? Okay. Because she, I fear, would be one that would sneak it in. Or probably get a fucking Uber to Broadway and not tell nobody.
So we would walk into her room on healthcare, and it would smell like marijuana, and everyone would just pretend like they didn't smell anything. Honestly,
Facts. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Man, if I'm, like, in my 80s and 90s, and I'm in assisted living and I'm fucking toking it up, fuck off.
literally.
Let me live. I have lived a long life. If I'm diabetic and my sugar is 400 and that is how I go, let it fucking be. I'm happy drinking my sugary coffee and eating my fucking chocolate. Leave me alone.
I will never understand why we have residents who are on hospice care but we're concerned about their blood sugars. Who gives a fuck?
oh my gosh, for real. And the dietitians being like, oh my god, we need to pump them full of like these supplements and like these insures and boosts and everything.
And
It's
they're
like,
worse.
Dude, just let them eat what they want to. They're gonna go anyways. Let them go how they want to.
Like, literally, she's
Chill.
98 years old. Let her have a 400
who
blood
cares
sugar.
if she loses like 2 pounds?
Who cares if she loses a toe? She's not fucking walking
She
anyway.
wants.
She's gonna lose that weight while she's deteriorating anyway.
That's not where I was expecting that to go.
I'm just saying, like, if they gotta lose a toe or something, let them. They don't walk anyway. Some of them might still, but this one I'm thinking of in particular, she didn't walk. So, if she would have lost a toe or a foot, who cares?
Most of them don't.
They don't walk. So,
I literally worked hospice for like 2.5, 3 years, and people.
yeah. So, we graduated nursing school in 2019, May of 2019, which was
Thought it was
going.
April.
You're
Yeah, we
you're
graduated
correct.
in
April.
April,
Yeah, you're correct. Because we graduated 2 weeks before we took our test, which
Yeah.
is fucking stupid. Same with RN school when we went. We graduated. Our graduation was like announced before we even knew if we were gonna pass, which was so fucking dumb. I'm pretty sure we got pinned before I took my last attempt at my HESI or my final exam or whatever. It was so stupid. So, yeah, so anyway, it's been almost 7 years since we graduated nursing school, which is insane because it feels like just yesterday that we were in nursing school. And I will say that we have not really left each other's side in the last 7 years. And our friendship went from 4 little girls, 4 little baby nurses, to we all got married and we all had kids. Well, our girl right here is fixing to have a baby. She's not with child, but we're sending her all the juju because she's starting treatments. Hopefully next week.
We're gonna shove something in her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's not my husband's penis.
No.
It's close though.
It's a turkey baster.
Yeah.
It does have sperm.
Yes, facts. It's a turkey baster with sperm in it.
Fair.
Cool. But yes, this is the friend that I was referring to on the pod last week, if you guys listened. I was talking about how I had a friend that was getting ready to go through treatment, and we're really excited. So then once she has her little babe, we will all have babes. And it's just cool that we all, like, grew up together, you know? And they always say, like, I used to always hear before I ever went to, like, nursing school, because I went to college before nursing school. I know you did. Did you? Did you?
little bit.
Okay, yeah, same. You were like me. We went like 4 separate times and went for a few months and then never went back.
Yeah.
I
So
did it for like a year.
so I went also for a year and then dropped out and then attempted to go to Nashville State for like 2 weeks, dropped out, did Penn Foster, dropped out, and then was going to do cosmetology school at TCAT, but then switched it to nursing. So,
I cannot see you doing cosmetology.
bitch, I can't do my own fucking hair.
Right.
What possessed me to want to do other people's fucking hair? Don't know. But me and Bailey were real just dead fucking set that we were going to go to cosmetology school. Her, she would have kicked ass because she can do hair, she can do makeup, all that. Me, not a chance. I would have failed out. So I'm glad I didn't do that. But, anyway, before I got off on that tangent, they say that, like, your best friends that you'll find as an adult are usually your college friends, and that is very much true for us, I feel like, because we really, like, have bonded and gotten a lot closer as we've become adults, and now we're, like, except for this one because she's, like, 20, we have bonded in our age.
28.
Well, we're about to go in our 30s, and they're in their 30s by, like, barely, and then I am about to be 30, and then you've got a few
Next
years,
year,
so...
Next year I'll be 30.
Old ass bitches.
No, Jamie is.
You'll be 30 next year?
Yeah, I'm turning 29 this year and I'll be
30 next year. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The only
Remember,
reason
I'm a
I
year after her.
Yeah.
The only reason I remember that is because my husband turns 29 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
she's 94, she's 95, you're 96, I'm 97.
Yes.
I'm barely 94.
Oh,
Just so y'all know.
Yeah, by like 11 days
Still
or something.
No.
This is
10
how we
days.
remember all of our ages.
There's 31 days in December.
I'm sorry.
Your birthday's on the 20th. That is 11 days.
My bad.
Yeah. So shut up.
You shut up.
So, yeah. So anyway, so yeah, like I feel like we've like really just stuck through everything. We've been through a lot of like hardships and like fun times, and like I said, every one of us got married and working on families and have had families, and yeah, it's just cool to like kind of like see how much we've bonded over the years and like, you know, just supported each other and like had all the fun times and stuff. So it is really true that you will meet the best friends that you will ever have in your college time. So, I love y'all. That's that's the tea. Oh, if you had one piece of advice for anybody that's going to nursing school, what would you say to them? Don't.
Bake bread instead.
Be a
honestly, though,
homesteader.
because you work like what, 2 days a week?
If
That
I work 1 to 2 days a
most
week.
of your income comes from your bread.
But to be fair, like,
Bread for
my
bread.
choices have really changed in the last year, where I've really, really wanted to just stay home and be with my kids more. And so some side income things that I do are like baking bread, and I sell chicken eggs and stuff like that. It doesn't make that much money, but
A homesteader.
whatever. See, yeah, homestead-ish. That's why I'm able to kind of put my nursing stuff to the side. But honestly, if you were going into nursing school, my best advice would be to make sure that you're ready for it. Go through a CNA class first to make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into, because just because you're a nurse doesn't mean that you don't have to do CNA work. And I say this as a CNA instructor.
Do not go to nursing school if you've never been a tech.
Yes.
In other words,
Yes.
because we can tell, and most CNAs that haven't been to nursing school are assholes. Or, sorry, most nursing students that haven't been a CNA are assholes because they're entitled, and that's just my 2 cents.
Or they don't
You're an
realize.
asshole for that because I was never a tech.
But you were good at your job, and you took care of patients. There were certain people that would... One in brain specifically, obviously no names mentioned, but that I remember specifically from clinicals, that asked how to give a bath.
Yeah.
Like you don't bathe yourself.
I'll
Anyway,
give someone else
Or
a
that
bath.
literally somehow make it through nursing school and don't know how to change a brief. Don't know that you're supposed to wipe a butt. Like, they do. They make it through nursing school, and then they work at facilities, and it's like, where did you come from?
in other words, learn to wipe a butt before you go to nursing school. Whether that be your own or your grandmother's. Thank you. What's your advice?
Well, nursing school is real intense. I would say make sure you're mentally prepared for that because the criteria for nursing school is a lot harsher than like anything else.
To add to that, you literally will not have a life when you go to nursing
No.
school. Like, not at all. Your time and effort will be in, if you have a job, it will not be in your job. You will literally nursing school, and then most likely your weekends will be your job. If you were like us, that's how I was anyway. And I was either working all weekend and then school all week, or I was going to school, working after school 8 hours, and then going to school, working after school 4 hours. Or you could be like her, where she literally never went to sleep, and she just went to school, worked, and then went to school. And it was like a wing. So, yeah. Anything else you have to add to that?
Find yourself a support system. You will not survive on your own. You might think you can, but you probably cannot.
Hello, we are the support system.
They are the support.
Well, my advice isn't so much for during school, but after school, because nobody really talks about after. There are so many different types of nurses out there, more than what you think there are, and all of them are correct. You could switch it up. You can start at one place and go to another. I jumped from being a facility nurse to doing hospice, home health, back and forth. I did MDS for a minute too. There's so many flavors of nurse out there. Just get that degree. Yes, flavors. Just get that degree, and so many options just open up for you. Like, yeah.
Also, as an LPN, you are not limited to just skilled nursing facilities and assisted livings.
Facts. And they make you feel like that whenever you go to nursing school as an LPN.
Yep.
They will literally... We went to the hospital, but there was no reason for us to go to the hospital because you can't work in the hospital as an LPN.
You can now.
You can now, but it's also certain floors too, though. So, like the OB floor, I don't think you could be an LPN, right?
And now
Depends on what you're doing. I think you can do postpartum, but not...
Like actual delivery.
Yeah.
But yeah, they literally act like you can only work in assisted livings and skilled nursing facilities and doctor's offices.
And now LPN schools, well, ours actually has a hospice rotation too, because
Good.
you can do hospice as an LPN.
You can do
just
home health
can't
as an
pronounce.
LPN too, and
Yeah.
had I known that, that's where I would have went. Because you make some banging ass money in home health.
I will say, though, if you start off in a skilled nursing facility, you learn a lot.
Facts.
A lot more skills.
I know all of us started off in all of us except Tracy, started off in a skilled nursing facility, and I feel like it really did build our skills from day one.
I will say that starting in a skilled nursing facility, though, I didn't learn the skills right off the bat just because I did long-term care, and you don't do as much in long-term as you do in skilled, because skilled is like rehab. So, like, people are coming in with, like, wounds and, like, wound vacs, and then, of course, like, long-term, you'll see, like, catheters. You'll have to do IVs every once in a while, things like that. But, like, skilled is really where it's at if you're trying to bump your skills, because you get, like, the wound vacs, the catheters, the Plerex drains, the, stitches,
LVADs.
and LVADs.
Yeah.
We've yet to have an
When I was
LVAD
in
on home
nursing
health.
School, I had a nurse literally be like, "Hey, just change out this catheter for me, and change out this tube feeding." So, I mean, I did this before we even finished.
Go to the job fairs and pick the job you want.
Yes.
That's what I have to say about that.
I literally, when we were in RN school, we did so me and Caitlin went back to RN school. That was fucking dumb. It wasn't dumb because we graduated and we did our thing.
The school was done.
The school was dumb. They were an awful school. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. However, we went in the midst of COVID, which was also fucking stupid.
No, actually, it was pretty nice because some of the classes were through Zoom, like microbiology.
I would have never passed micro without Quizlet, and thank God we were on Zoom because they never knew. Anyway, nursing degree.
Yeah, so I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, okay, I will agree. But we did a OR rotation, and this anesthesiologist was like,
I remember this story.
I'll tell that story too, but that's not the story I was going to tell. I know what story you're thinking about. So anyway, so we're in the OR, and this anesthesiologist is like, you're not comfy? You want to sit on me?
No.
Okay.
need a lab? No.
So he was like, "Hey, do you want to push this medication for me?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "How hard do I need to push it?" He's like, "It doesn't matter. Just you can slam it. It's fine." I said, "Okay." So I slammed the meds, and I give it back to him. I was like, "Okay, did I do it right?" He's like, "Yeah. All you had to do was push it." I said, "Okay, what did I just give?" He said, "Fentanyl."
Fentanyl?
I said, "Oh,
He about to feel that real
great. He's about to die. Awesome." And I was like, if my teacher finds out about this, I'm getting kicked out of fucking nursing school. And then the story you're thinking about was the man that I watched a leg amputation in the OR, and this older Indian surgeon was like, "Skylar, today we are going to cut off this leg." And I was like, "Okay, great." I was ready for it. Cut off the leg, I smell burning flesh, I'm about to pass the fuck out. And all of a sudden you see, he says, "Skylar, the leg!" And I fucking just I'm gone. Almost. And this girl takes her orange scented essential oil and rubs it all in my face, and I'm right back to it like I never was about to pass out. But that was the worst experience of my life. And I knew from then I would never do surgery. Ever.
The leg.
Dude, I'm not. It was a fucking, from the knee to the foot, a leg. And I was like, I thought I was going to die right then and there. So that was the tea, and that was a horrible experience. So
I think it's just foot surgeries because when I had my OR rotation, I saw like several laparoscopic cholecystectomies. I saw a cervical fusion that was in the front and the back. And then I get to this one that's on the foot, and I can't remember exactly what. It was like removing bone spurs or something. But when they had the toe open and stuff, I was like gonna like pass out. I was like, I need to step out.
no, it was, I think it's bones, period, for me. I don't do well with broken bones. And I watched a hip replacement and a knee replacement while we were in clinicals. And if I ever have to have either, I won't. Because the way that they have to jar you and jam you to get your shit back in place, no. They literally were like, hold it stiff. Whoop-out, whoop-out, whoop-out. In dude's fucking hip socket. No. So, if you're watching and you're of the older audience and you are thinking about getting a hip or a knee replacement, just know they're going to jar the fuck out your shit. So when you wake up and you're bruised from your hip to your toes, that's why. Because they were fucking playing some... It was not good.
They need to do that to get it in the socket.
Hard like they were doing was a little much. Like they were like had this leg all the way out like this. Like I mean like
Can you
like this.
But it's like a ball socket, so like the joint.
A
is
ball
like
sack?
this. Yeah, a ball sack.
Perfect.
But like the joint is like this, and then the bone is like literally made to fit in the socket, so they literally do have to do that.
It's kind of like when you dislocate your arm and somebody has to go.
I mean it's like it's a ball and joint. I know, but it was terrifying. And now I understand why they're bruised from head to toe most of the time when they have a surgery like that. Because of how rough they have to be. Crazy. Well, my advice for the nursing school peeps is not to give up. You're going to have days where, like, you're going through it, and it's going to be really hard. And you're going to want to quit and drop out. And you are going to cry yourself to sleep. And you are going to bury yourself in an ungodly amount of note cards. Trust me. And coffee. And there will be tears and anger and... It's going to be hard, but it'll be worth it in the end because you will have the nursing license and you will be able to take care of people. And once that year is over, for LPN school anyway, once that year is over, it's like, I can't believe we're 7 years out. Like it went by so fast. And I remember when we were in nursing school, we thought it was never going to end. And then we got to the end and we were like, holy shit, we actually passed. And then we all did the NCLEX, except for you, right? You didn't go with us to the NCLEX?
No, I didn't go till June.
Yeah, we three went together, and we all found out we passed, I think, at the same time. Yeah.
And we tried, like, the little hack that you can do where if you, like, go and you, like, try to, like, reschedule your HESI, if it, like, blocks you out, then you're, like, more likely that you pass. But if you're, like, allowed to, like, reschedule or something, then you probably didn't.
Yeah.
I remember getting my first solo nurse shift the day I passed.
Yep.
They were like, hey, the night nurse called out. We really need you to take this
They're
shift.
like, go ahead, girl.
Okay.
I can do that.
Yeah. Good times, man. All right, y'all. Well, we've talked enough of our shit. Thank you for listening. This has been so much fun. Thank you, friends, for coming and being on my pod. You guys are my first guests of this pod. I am so happy. Let me know if you want to hear more nursing school horror stories or any nursing horror stories in general. Yes, we have plenty. So anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And remember, if we said something that pissed you off in this video, take that up with your barista, not me. Much love. Talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.